Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Best in Show. And this movie came out in the year 2000, and I had never seen this movie before, and it's kind of a mockumentary, just making fun of people that go to these dog shows and all the fun and creative things that can be made up with that concept. And I thought this movie was decent. I found the comedy to be funny for the most part. There are moments where I was like, okay, I do feel as though the pacing is kind of slow, but I do feel as though the movie worked well enough to where I was able to enjoy it, and there were some fun characters and some memorable scenes. The dinner scene was kind of funny, and I do like the one couple that was with the dog that they're just like so hyper into and just trying to like get everything perfect. Someone tries to pet the dog, it starts to bark, and that was pretty funny. And there's just a bunch of fun little ideas that they come up with as they move along with this concept. And the performances were pretty good. Catherine O'Hara, she was really good in it. Rest in peace. And Eugene Levy was in it too. And funny enough, they're both on Schitt's Creek, and I enjoyed that show. That was a good show overall for me. The characters overall are pretty fun and memorable for the most part. My favorite character is the one with the bloodhound. I found him to be really funny and just describing every situation as just like something like really insane and crazy, and I found that to be quite amusing. And although I did find this movie to be kind of slow at times, it did get better as it went along, and once we got closer to this dog show or whatever, it was like, okay, now things are moving, now things are getting interesting. I like where this is going, that sort of thing. And I will say this much, I wasn't in love with every single character in this film, but most of them I did like, or at the very least I was entertained by, and it made for a fun movie for me overall. And this film had some really fun ideas, and with comedies, it is kind of difficult to talk about in a sense, because it is one of those things where more often than not, the humor either works for you or it doesn't. And this was a movie where it did work for me, but the reason as to why I didn't fully love it is simply because that it's not really something that I'm rushing back to. It didn't really offer me anything that like blew me away. It was like, oh, that's fun, that's cool, that's funny. And I do feel as though this movie does kind of highlight all the anxiety and stresses that come along with a dog show, like just hosting that and everything that comes into play with that. And one thing was that hotels, they really like that because that's when they get a decent amount of business coming in. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting to think about. Sure, there are probably just like crazy and insane people trying to participate on this show, and I can only imagine that those people exist in real life. And also, I should probably mention, speaking of dog shows and crazy people, I remember there was like an episode of Brook and Jubal in the Morning where they did like a prank call on someone, just saying like, yeah, there was like the dog, like the trim that it got wasn't just like looking all right, and so I just decided to go with just shape your entire dog. But going back to the movie, there isn't really a whole lot that I can say about it. I enjoyed my time with it, and I didn't regret watching it. It's not something that I'll rush back to, and will I see it again? Maybe at some point, possibly, but as far as mockumentaries go, there are much better ones that I will be rushing back to seeing, and this one was just, yep, that was good. So check it out if this sounds interesting to you. I do think that it's a good movie. The lack of music was nice. I appreciated that I didn't feel the need to use music in every single scene. I was like, okay, that's a good choice, I feel. And that's about all I have to say about it. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance. It's currently on Netflix, so if you need to wait to watch it, there's a way to do so, as well as HBO Max. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Best in Show a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Best in Show, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Bicycle Thieves. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, Thank you for watching and have a great day.